am apparently on the marathon stream. So, hi everyone, I am SuperViperT302, and this is going to be SM64 The Green Stars 130-star Nonstop. That's a mouthful. I am very, very excited to show these ROM hacks off to you, because I've been working on optimizing these non-stop routes over the past few months, and I think you're going to be interested to see what I got. So if we're ready for a countdown, we'll just go ahead and get started right about now. Alright.
Mario!
So, in case you're unfamiliar, great start to the run. I had an angle stored for some reason. Luckily, that doesn't affect your life count. So, in case you're unfamiliar with Nonstop, there was a chat command for it. Basically, it is a Game Shark code that you can implement that prevents Mario from leaving the stage after collecting a star. So, I'll be able to collect more than one star in a single trip inside a stage. So we're going to start with course 1 here. This course is one of the few courses where we can collect every star in one trip, but the coin route is slightly different than it usually is because, there's actually, because I'm on star 1, there's actually a King Bob-omb where the Chuckya would be on later stars. I need that Goomba's coin. So I need to get 5 Goomba coins in order to account for that difference. So yeah, you just saw there that I collected that star and Mario just stayed in the level, but his star count is still incremented. That's sort of the key feature of Nonstop. And I am playing on version 3.0, I think it is. So I have the clicky HUD thingy and the weird camera controls, but I also don't have to deal with crashes from the HUD when I get to 100 stars. Okay, nice, I got that. Oh, 2.1, okay. Yeah, the one that I think Kaze helped with. So I think for the most part this is pretty standard. The coin collecting here definitely kind of accounts for most of the length you do for this first course. Oh, I wasn't quick enough to get that purple coin. I wasn't quick enough to get that blue coin without waking up the Piranha Plant. Okay, I need 2 more Goombas here in order to fulfill my coin count requirement. Okay. Alright, I think I'm good. So, this is a pretty cool level in terms of routing because you have to do both secrets and red coins, so you kind of have to go out of your way for both of those, and I like levels that are like that, where you have kind of like multiple objectives that are spread around the level as opposed to just red coins. Very nice little ledge grab clip here in order to get up top. So now I have all 5 secrets, so next I need to do the king. I think I'm actually 1 coin short. It's okay, I can get it from like a Bob-omb or something. So yeah, right in the, if this were a later mission, there would be a Chuckya here instead of King Bob-omb, which would give me 5 coins that I otherwise have to skip out on. But again, I can just kill 5 Goombas and it's not a huge deal. Alright, let's see if I can grab the star fast enough to get rid of the music here. I wasn't able to. So after a boss is defeated, there's a brief period before the music comes back where you can grab the star and then keep the music muted. That's kind of a nice thing because, I'm gonna be honest, no offense to Compel or whoever composed the music for this game, most of the songs in this hack are not very good. In my personal opinion, anyways. Okay, I'll just get a Bob-omb here for my 100th coin. And then the last star I have to do is the behind bar stars, and I'm gonna have to be really, really careful with the bomb clip on this one. Alright, let's see if I can... Okay, I still made that. So it's very crucial that if I clip straight through the cage with the 4th largest bloated Bob-omb size, that I don't grab the star while holding the bloated Bob-omb, because that could potentially crash the game. And the important thing to note about Nonstop is that since I'm not going to be getting any star exits, I'm also not going to be getting any save prompts throughout the entire run, except for 2 cap switches, which will come into play later. So this is a Fiery Factory. You'll notice that I'm doing a slightly different start to this coin route than before. So first of all, there's a free 1-up here I can get. This hack is somewhat generous with 1-ups. And the reason why I grabbed that is actually because of this. Nice, I got that. That is very, very precise to do. But the good news is if you grab that one at first and then die to that, then that's no net loss of lives. So that works out nicely. For the most part, we're just going to kind of be sticking to the regular 100 coin right here. This level cannot be completed in one trip because while the star inside the rusty pipe, the star itself does not appear until that specific mission. Okay. I stopped there for a second to make sure I didn't actually walk off the edge. I am still on keyboard. I'm still repping that gang. So I do have to worry about the usual like keyboard sensitivity and all that. First star that's kind of out of the way here, there's a big bully. And that music mute thing doesn't apply to big bullies because there's no boss music for them. So I have no idea if I'm good on coins or not. I should be good though. So now I can get the coins that if this were a regular run of the 100 coin star I would have gotten already. And then here's my least favorite part of the 100 coin star here is that wall kicking up here is way harder than it needs to be. Because of that slope there, because if you're too low, then you'll get a fake ledge grab and you fall into the lava, but if you're too high, then when you dive there, you'll wonk and you'll still fall into the lava, so you have to be really careful with your height there. Alright. So, just last star up here, and then I can finish off the coin collecting while I'm down here. So there's only one other star I can get here, and I am going to have to come back way later to get the final star, and it's just going to be the cogs and conveyor belts one. I'm going to try the shortcut here. Okay, don't mind that little graphical glitch that's right there. That's just a result of having the Nonstop code active. It is purely visual and does not affect gameplay at all. So the nice thing is because I haven't been taken out of the level yet, I can actually pair this with my trip to the middle cap stage. So for the most part, this metal cap course is just going to be getting red coins. Thankfully, all 3 stars are doable here in one trip. Like I said earlier, cap switches are the only times in this run where I'll be able to save, and since I'm doing this one early on, that's kind of a problem. But what makes this even more of a problem is for those who aren't familiar, this hack doesn't actually have the vanish cap at all. So there's only 2 cap switches in this run, and so there's only 2 opportunities for me to save as opposed to 3. Although not like it makes a huge deal anyways. So, again, I'm just going to be kind of following the standard red coin route here for, I'd say, most of this level. And there's honestly not a whole lot of interesting stuff going on here. Yeah, I didn't save it anyways. It's kind of a given early on in the run. Like I said, the beginning of this run is like fairly generous in terms of you shouldn't worry too much about being low on lives. It's really mid-game where it's a problem. But there is a place where I can farm lives in this game if I need to. So and I am going to have to save on one of the cap switches in order to do an intentional reset, but that's only to farm lives. Okay. So I'll go ahead. So while I'm here, I can go ahead and get this lava fall star. I hate whoever's idea it was to make these walls instead of floors, because that took me forever to figure out how to do consistently, to work the camera in the proper ways. Also, F for the music. It wasn't that great anyways. But yeah, the weird thing I have noticed about this hack in particular is that if you complete the game and then go through the credits, then when you reappear on the file select screen after the game resets during the credits, okay, I need to, side flip doesn't work for that, then it will actually save your progress, but if you reset, then it doesn't, which is strange, but okay. I'm gonna try to jump over to the star. If I were to long jump, I would have gotten stuck in the snow, and that would have lost a little bit of time. And then the only other star I have left here is going to be the star that's inside this volcano. So I gotta get this metal cap and then go to that tiny island where the another metal cap box is, and that'll be my second metal cap, because I don't think it's possible to do this with one metal cap, but I could be wrong. The task does it, but the 130-star task is just nuts. Okay, so I could possibly collect the star without having to die, if I do this properly. It's very, very tight to make the spacing work out. That should be good, though. Nice. And then, instead of dying and... Okay, let's not panic here. Instead of dying and having to waste a life, I can just exit course like that. So that's that done with. So, instead of going to Bowser 1 now, I'm going to go ahead and take care of some of the other main courses. Again, this is partly just to build up lives, because there's a 1-up I can get here. Oh. Okay, I'm actually, while I'm in the water here, I'm actually going to go ahead and collect these coins, since I did exit that level a little low on health. And there's kind of it's kind of awkward to find a good time to collect those coins anyways. I'll get that one on the way back or something. So, this level you can complete in one trip as well. There's no act-specific stuff you gotta do here. So I think I want to go this way first, yeah. So I'm gonna take care of this right tunnel first, then take care of all the, like, super underwater stuff, and then finish off with the coin collecting stars, and finish off with the red coin star. So this level kind of flows pretty nicely with the coin route. There's a couple different variations that can happen depending on what happens near the arrow platform. I meant to do 3 wall kicks there, but that's fine. And because the camera here is very uncooperative, I'm going to play this section kind of safe. Okay, there we go. It's kind of hard to do that properly. Okay, so coming up is going to be the part where you're supposed to use the metal cap and all that, and you can very easily frame walk up it, but I'm just going to try approaching the slope head on. It's very possible that I will instead you get the clip and do the down warp into the cave instead, which means I'll just have to do this later. Okay, that's actually... Okay, so I actually didn't get the clip right away, so I was able to get that star. That's actually a bit safer, I believe. So now I gotta actually do the ceiling down warp here. There we go. And so it's better to do that one as opposed to the other one, because there's actually coins and a star down here, and I actually don't know if their one is better than the other, but I just assume this one is. And it's also easier to do because the positioning isn't as tight. Now I just got a lot of swimming going on here. We're coming up on a portion here where air management is actually going to be really, really tight. So I'm going to grab these 5 coins. Hopefully. I missed 2 of them, it looks like. Okay. I'm going to try approaching these from the side here, because as soon as I refill my air like that, I now have to swim all the way over to this star, and then make it back to the red coins before I drown, and there are no coins along the way. So you're cutting it a little bit close with this one. It could be a bit tighter, and there is another point in the run where I'm going to have to swim for a long time without any opportunity to heal. But there just really wasn't an effective way I could work around this, so kind of have to take the risk here. But I should be fine. I haven't really dropped any swims here. Okay, so now we're safe, because there's coins here and I can use them to freshen up on air. So I don't have to worry about dying. Also, conveniently, there is a 1-up here. And 1-ups, again, like I said, they're not a huge concern in the early game, but in the mid portion of this run is where dying is common and costly. So we'll hope for the best here. Okay, I gotta get the blue coins here. Yeah, the thing I try to keep in mind with routing Nonstop for these hacks is minimize trips to levels and minimize backtracking. Especially trips to levels that would involve taking death abuses. If I can minimize those, then that's really, really good. especially in these hacks where lives aren't as abundant as they are in 74. So I do have to kill those 2 Goombas I killed. I did have to actually kill there. And this is the last star. So I can go ahead and exit course. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and take care of Snowstorm Peaks. I'll try to flip through the door here. I'll try it once. That was a very good attempt. This is an interesting level for non-stop purposes. Okay, I actually have to start by doing this. Again, that's another thing that took me forever to figure out. That was a really, really good money back RNG. Getting 4 points from there is really good. So this course is theoretically doable in 1 trip because every star is available from the get-go, but the underwater trap star you cannot come back from, and I don't think you can come back from the twirling star either, so separate trips have to be made for both of those. One of them I can use a death for, and the other I can exit course from. But there is another act-specific thing I have to worry about here, and it's actually going to become relevant here in a little bit, after I go in this pipe and take care of these blue coins. So, in this secrets cave, there's actually a pipe that spawns after you get the secret star. That was an unintentional bursty. And the pipe is normally used to help you get back to sort of the main part of the course here, but that pipe doesn't spawn on star 1, so I'm gonna have to climb back sort of in a very unconventional way. By the way, I apologize for how safe I'm taking these secrets. I really hope I don't die here. Okay, we're good. I had enough health. So now I kind of have to make my way back up. Thankfully, there's a lot of surfaces here that are technically slippery, so I can just long jump up them. And we got this section. Getting up here is difficult because this is actually a slippery slope. I did not mean to do that. And also there's a lot of steep floors here, so if you approach a surface in the wrong way, it's very easy to just clip through and die. Also, shouts to those coins for not behaving as they should. Okay. Now we're getting to some of the scarier stuff, because I gotta do this climb here. And I'm gonna go for this triple jump that probably doesn't even save any time. Nice. Now I gotta do a blind jump down to this section of the level. And now I gotta do the penguin star, which is... this is probably the scariest part of the whole route here. I am actually gonna go for the clip here, because I have an easier time with this than with doing this the regular way. But since this clip is quarter step dependent, it could take me a few tries. There we go. And now I have to be really careful to not swim too close to that tunnel, or else I'll hit the ceiling hitboxes and get down-warped into the cave, which will make it impossible to escape. And that's kind of a bad thing when you're so close to the end of the coin collecting star. Anyway, that went alright. Then the last thing I have to do for the coin collecting is just kind of over here. And I think I have exactly enough coins here to where I can just go ahead and get the coin from the snowman. And then for this first trip, I'm actually going to do the twirling star, because I can pretty easily die from that one. You could, in theory, do the, I guess, Death Star glitch, or the underwater trap star instead, but I just figured this is safer. So I can grab that star, and then sort of slide off and die. Now I still have to go back in for the underwater trap. And I don't actually know whether it's faster to do it this way or the intended way, but I prefer doing it this way. It's because, you know, speedrunning is all about points for style. I don't have to do the Death Star glitch here, because once I collect a star, I can just exit course. Okay. So now I'm actually going to be doing Fearful Fortress, I think is the name of this stage. And I'm sure we all know how scary the Bowser stages in this hack are. And yeah, they're definitely the scariest parts of the run for me, with some other exceptions. But fortunately, this stage actually has that 1-up there. So that will be the 1-up that I farm from if I ever need to, because it's very early into the stage and I can just pretty easily exit course, and it's really not that hard to get to. So the route I came up for here, I think, is actually kind of clever, because there's 3 stars here, but one of them involves going to the end of the stage and then basically falling. Okay, that was entirely my fault. I was trying to side flip, but I didn't do my direction switches properly and fell off. Again, that's not going to be a net loss of lives for me though, because again, there's that 1-up I grabbed at the very start that I can just grab again. So that's just going to be an inconvenient time loss. By the way, fun fact, I don't remember if I think it was for 80 star. I once forgot that red coin, and I didn't realize it until I was like 5 red points into the stage, so I had to quit the run because of that. Okay. Come on. Yeah, these elevators are pretty scary because sometimes they eat your single jumps and double jumps. And they're not aligned in a very conventional way. And also, depth perception in SM64 sucks. At least in my opinion. I don't know how many others would agree with me on that. So, I just gotta make sure I don't die for the rest of the stage. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, the thing with one of the stars in this level is that normally you have to go sort of all the way to the end of the stage and then jump back to the beginning, which would otherwise mean an insane amount of backtracking, because you basically have to go through the entire stage again. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm actually not going to get that star right away. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and finish off the red coin star and then do the Bowser bite. Also, there's another 1-up actually right here that is very useful, because I can once again prevent a net loss of lives. And, okay. So the annoying thing about doing these Bowser fights on keyboard is that I can't use like Kichu Cam, because if I switch to like Kichu Cam using the standard pause menu settings, then I'm permanently locked out of Mario Cam. But I did find a way to make it work for me, and I still missed the throw. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do here is okay, the bomb is right there, that's fine. So I'm gonna sort of do the regular keyboard tech while also rotating the camera, and then once the camera's aligned with the bomb, I'll throw Bowser. And that just makes it a little bit easier for me instead of having to press all 4 directional keys in a rhythm, which is very, very annoying to do. So yeah, what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to grab the key, and then I'm gonna die. Normally when I grab a key, I would just exit course, but this places me right in front of here, and then after making a quick detour to grab this 1-up again, I can actually go ahead and backtrack down here and then get that star that I skipped over earlier. And I'm just gonna do a standard long jump here to get this. Okay, I'll take the fall damage. That's not a huge deal to me. Okay, so I had a pretty bad death, but it doesn't cost me any lives, so we're alright. This key door animation. I should have gone to the right, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, this is an annoying stage for Nonstop. So, you don't have access to the secrets, or I guess the keys, on Star 1 here. And the pipe that leads to the big Mr. I area is also not present on Star 1, which also locks you out of getting the red coin star. So really the only stars you can get in this first trip are this first one, the one above the quicksand, and then 100 coin. And I'm really just going to save the other 2 for the next trip to the level. So this first trip is just going to be getting the star at the top of the tower here. So this is just kind of standard stuff here. This is a very, very tedious level for this category. And honestly, this is just a tedious level in general, because there's not really a whole lot you can do in terms of like trickery and whatnot. And you could die here, but I actually think in this case it would be faster to exit course, because it takes a long time to fall down. And you're right, you spawn right next to this door, and then you spawn right next to this course, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, thank you, Boo, for not making me fall into the lava. Okay, now we get to the real fun. So I'll be collecting 5 of the stars in this trip here, because the big Boo star is act specific. So... And I will say this is another kind of scary level, because there's a lot of really easy places to just fall off and die. I gotta remember that while I'm in here, I gotta get both that red coin and this secret. Like Course 1, I have to be wary that I make sure I pay attention to both the red coins and the secrets. So you're kind of going out of your way for 2 different sets of collectibles. The first, I guess, really terrifying part of this level is coming up here, the Mr. I section. Because it's all above a patch of quicksand, and one simple miscalculation can lead to a very easy death. And so, I have to spend a little bit longer in here than you normally would in other categories. Okay. I wanted to get a double jump there. And also those sniffits always terrify me, even though I don't think I've ever been knocked off by them. I have been knocked off by this big Mr. I before. Where's your pupil? There it is. Okay. I'll go ahead and long jump before the cutscene so I can grab this star on the way across. And now I gotta make it back. 1-1. Nice. I like getting that without the ledge grab. So we just gotta continue up to the top here. This mostly follows the standard 100 coin route. Just gotta go out a little out of the way for the secrets and a couple stars. Gotta remember before I jump off here that there's a secret right here. Then I should be able to just jump off in this general direction. Yeah. It's kind of hard to tell where you're supposed to drop from. Okay, I have died to missing this blue coin switch before because I miscalculated where it is. So, well, you gotta make sure you're careful about that. Kind of like this section because you kill Mr. I there and then get the red coin and then you should be able to get back up. There we go. Alright, I'm actually going to go ahead and collect enough coins here so that when I get the 7th red coming up here, I'll have 100. Just so that I don't have to worry about redoing all the coin collecting, because I am going to have to do the terrifying, oof, that almost killed me. This snake block section here, where once again, one simple miscalculation leads to death. So, I'll play it really slow here. I don't think I'm doing a good job of doing what I said I was gonna do. Okay. There we go. Now I gotta make it back. Alright, we're good. So I got 1 red coin and 1 secret left. And then I just gotta get those respective stars, and this boo always terrifies me. Okay, so that's all the secrets and red coins. That had a few scary moments in it. Like I said, this is one of the many nerve-wracking stages in this run. But we're past all the difficult stuff now. Okay, so normally I would die here, but since this is a marathon, I'm just gonna exit course. There's probably not too much of a time difference anyways. Okay, so now I have to go back to that level one more time for the big boost star. And this is pretty straightforward. Alright, let's see if I can get this triple jump dive here. Nice.
very tight to do. At least for me it is. Wow. I have not missed the cannon shot like that before. Classic marathon luck. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go, that should be better. Come on. Yeah, it's annoying. Even in Nonstop, this level takes forever. It's kind of the unfortunate thing with this hack in particular. Is that the levels that normally take a long time still take a slightly less longer time, but still take forever. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but I'm thankful I didn't fall off. Very thankful for Big Boo's ginormous hitbox. Okay, and then again, after I get this star, it would take forever for me to die, and I want to preserve lives anyways, so just gonna exit course. And that's it for that level. So now I have 40 stars, which is exactly enough to go to Bowser 2, but first I need to get this heart, because I really want to enter this Bowser stage with full health, and you'll see why here right at the very start. So, you normally would have to die to get the star that's right behind where you start, but I found a way around that. Alright, nice. So by grabbing that star during your second lava boost, it cancels out the remaining damage and gives you one additional lava boost to get back onto the platform. That being said, this is, even without that, this is another really, really terrifying level. Non-stop or otherwise. I'm just grabbing the metal cap here just so I can grab these reds safely, and I also want as much HP as possible going into this because this star sucks. Mostly because of the camera. Alright, I'm gonna have to wait for another metal cap to spawn. Yeah. Gonna get some yeps in chat. Great level design. Alright. You really just kind of have to go back and forth while also continuously rotating the camera. Alright, there we go. So the music's going to be briefly gone, but once I go in this pipe and come back out, I'll be back. So that's that's 2 of the 3 non-coin collecting stars. The third one is kind of just right here at the start. Right. I'm going to try to get to here and back without hitting the lava, just to preserve health. Even though it doesn't really matter. Alright, nice. And I have to, and for those who aren't familiar with this hack, I don't want to fall off here, because as a failsafe, Compel actually put invisible walls in this section to prevent you from skipping the metal cap for the lava fall star. So, if you fall there, it's very unlikely that you will survive. Now I just gotta make sure I don't fall off, which in this stage is also easier said than done. Okay. I'll wait for the fire to get out of the way here. I gotta take it slow here, because I am gonna go for this triple jump. I find it a little safer to go for this than to actually try climbing this thing normally. A little bit slow, but Deathless Bowser 2, I'll take it. Now I gotta do the second fight here. So the reason why I'm going ahead and doing this stage now is actually so that I have access to the third overworld. So I'm sure you're familiar that a lot of older ROM hacks have this issue where entering certain levels causes any object that uses waypoints for their pathing to sort of forget their... That was a throw I did not mean to do. They basically cause any objects with waypoints to sort of forget their pathing and that makes a high number of stars in this hack impossible to collect. And again, normally you would fix this by just putting off the course until later, and in this case, the corporate is actually course 10, which is, I think it's called Molten Magma Galaxy, I think that's the name. Okay, Bowser is dangerously close to the edge here, and I don't want to run into him. Okay. I'll try this again. So I'm... Wait, is that not where the bomb is? Oh, it's right there. I do not like this fight. I'm pretty sure in my regular 130 star PB I lost like 2 minutes here. Let's get this time. There we go. So after this stage I'm gonna do everything from Overworld 3 and then I'll come back and clean up Overworld 2. Okay, so that was kind of rough, but at least I didn't die anywhere or have any bigger fall. So, guess what time it is? It's time for the most entertaining level in this hack. And I'll be honest, Nonstop doesn't really make it that much more interesting. Okay, so here's, I'm sure, everyone's favorite level in speedruns, and also in casual play. And again, Nonstop does not really do this course any favors. It still takes an eternity, and also requires multiple trips because of the metal cap star and also the cannon star. So I'll be neither the switch for the metal cap star is not present on mission 1 as you just saw, and neither is actually the star for the hole in the wall. So I have to make separate trips for both of those actually, because both of those are act specific. So I can get everything else in this first trip though, including coin collecting. Assuming I don't fall off like an idiot. That's sort of another keyboard disadvantage, is the whole sensitivity thing. I didn't want to... I hate having to like play it safe on bridges like that, but sometimes it's warranted. Yeah, there are some fun strats you can do in this course, but most of it's just tedious. So I gotta make sure here I open the cannon. This coin route is somewhat tight. I don't even know if there's that many coins to spare here. Okay. Thought I was gonna miss that jump there for a second. Alright, here's a jump that I hate, because it never works for me. So I might be here for like a minute, because I seriously do not understand how this works. Yeah, it's either I get lucky like that or I get a firstie, but it actually wasn't too bad. Alright, here's another scary part, because I'm going to be on a bit of a time limit once I hit this water level changer here. I gotta make sure I get down here quickly, because I need to... There's a box I need to break in here that I can't break when the water is raised. Okay, we made it. So again, I can't actually get the star that's in this room right now. I'm only coming in here for the coins. This hack is actually, I can't think of any softlocks you could get here, but the other two hacks I'm going to be doing, I'm actually going to be using, I'm going to say this, I'll say this again when I actually do the runs, but I'm actually going to be using the level reset code for 2 of the hacks I'm doing, because there are softlocks that are possible in both of them. So now I have to actually find where the... Okay. Here's the other section I was talking about, where I'm going to have to swim for a very long time without the ability to heal. So I have to make it all the way down to this star and then back up to that red coin before I drown. And there's some leeway with this, but you really don't want to make any big mistakes. Okay, the pipe should be around here somewhere. Doesn't help that the camera here is abysmal. Where is the pipe? There it is. Okay, I gotta be careful when entering here because you can clip out of it. Yeah, like that. I might not make it back in time. I might be safe though. I usually lose about 2 HP when swimming back to that red coin. So, provided I go fast enough, this should be fine. Oh yeah, fine. As long as this coin doesn't screw me. Get in, please. Okay. That was way closer than I would have liked. But we're living. Yeah, so, yeah, you can crash the game if you do that, but that's not a risk I'm worried about. Okay, we're good. And speaking of that clip, since I'm not going to be able to use the switch for this star, I could just use that, and then I can actually clip back out. Because good game design. So that, I actually cut it a lot closer there than I would have liked, but still made it out. And now I just have to get everything that's up here, which is reds and hundreds and star 1. Try to get some little slide kicks here. I got one there. I want that blue coin. Would I have been able to, as anybody who knows this level better than I do, would I have been able to get the 100 coin star if I had missed that blue? I don't think there's enough coins in the course. This course seems to be very, very tight on coins now that I think about it. Another reason that it's fun. Okay, so I made a lot of mistakes there, but overall made it out unscathed. But I still have to go back there 2 more times for the other 2 stars. And I think for the most part, this part kind of just speaks for itself. Yeah, the platforming here is actually pretty fun, if not a little bit tedious. I'll keep an eye on the cap timer here so that I know when it's good to hit this button. Should be able to do it right about now. Alright, I'm gonna play it safe here as well because I don't want to accidentally break these boxes and have to redo that. Okay, I saved that. Wow. That was something. Cannot believe I actually managed to pull that off. That was a complete fluke. Okay. One more in this level and then we'll be out. This part of the run is very, very slow, I'll admit that. Once we get past Overworld 3, we'll kind of get right back into the action. You cannot. Oh, wait, actually, you might be able to. I don't know, actually. I don't know if the star's even there, though. Okay. So now I just gotta get this last one again. So you can get up to where the star is, but the star itself is not present until this mission. And also, cannon shots in this hack, not exactly my favorite thing in the world. I probably missed this one. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of cannon shots in for most of this hack. So expect me to miss this like 5 or 6 times. I sort of have a visual cue for this, but it's not consistent at all. Yeah. And keyboard sensitivity does not exactly help. I might be here a while. That might work. I think that might be a little undershoot. I have considered it, I just haven't felt like implementing it yet. You probably could, Ian. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I know Sigo uses it. I might look into that eventually. Okay, that should work. There we go. Luckily, I have a visual cue for the other cannon shot, and it's also pretty lenient. And then this will be the last star I have to get here. So let's just take aim. So just line it up horizontally, and then I want to line it up with about that like little white stripe on the ceiling there. And that's it for that course, so now we're finally done with that. So, again, Nonstop, still, that course is still really, really tedious. Okay, so now we can finally move on to other courses that aren't terribly interesting. Starting with this one. I actually can't do course 15 right now because that star door requires 65 stars to enter. So here's another course where multiple trips are required because of act-specific stars. Specifically the platform rides and also the Koopa the Quick Race, but I can get every other star in this first trip. You might theoretically be able to pair the stars differently as long as you get star 1 in the first trip, but overall it's just kind of a matter of getting everything clear as soon as you can. Again, this is a level that I don't think has a whole lot going for it in terms of the... I'd say everything I'm doing here is pretty standard. This part is a little bit weird because of the camera. And also the spacing, and it's... I'm dead, yeah. That's a problem. I'll probably do an extra exit course now. Because I would have probably taken an intentional death somewhere else, but I'll probably just do an exit course. You might wonder why I'm doing so many exit courses when that's obviously way slower than just dying, but it's really, again, just to preserve lives, because we're getting to the part in the run where I really, really have to be concerned about those. Alright, I don't have to worry about the chimney star again, thankfully. Although, actually, it's kind of annoying that that wasn't star number 1, because then I would have actually been able to pair the coin collecting with another mission, and I still would have been able to do this in 3 trips. I'm gonna take care of the stuff that's on this. Thank you, Goomba. I'm gonna take care of the stuff that's on this cloud first, and then I'll go ahead and get star 1. I just gotta jump down here to the chimney. The camera here because I'm really scared of dying here. So from here on out, I just gotta finish up again coin collecting. Unlike 74, which I showed at the last SRM, I'd say that for this hack, most of the 100 coin routes don't have the same synergy in that they pass by most of the other available stars, although I guess that's just because this hack is a little bit more complex. Okay, I need to jump around that invisible wall. And that's actually an invisible wall and not exposed. Thank you! That's really helpful. I'm actually quite a few coins short, I'm noticing. So, I think what I'm gonna do is after I grab the red coin star here, I'll go ahead and go into this house, and there's 8 coins inside here that I can grab. And then I'll grab the remaining coins on the way to the final star I'm getting here. Or I could just kill the Chuckia, actually, but who would want to do that? Killing Chuckias is slow. long jump here. I've been fuck yet here before, so thankfully I didn't do it there. Okay, just one more scary jump, and then again I'm gonna actually exit course here just to... Or I could just do that. That's actually not a huge deal, because the next star I get to do is the Blimp Ride star. And then I can just pair this with that, and then do an exit course from there. Alright. So, how y'all doing? Kinda nothing, it's kinda really nothing you can do here. No, it's not that I know of. These fly guys are also the bane of my existence. Interestingly, I actually was messing around with, because these platforms are also affected by the broken waypoints that I mentioned earlier. And, uh-oh, that might be bad. Okay, we're good. So, when, you actually... So these platforms will both spawn in a completely different position than usual when they're broken, and also they'll just follow a completely random path, but weirdly, I was not able to find where the platform in this level was, even with Levitate on. So, it might be, like, out of bounds or something, or it might be, like, stuck inside one of the course geometry or whatever. So yeah, I made sure I stood on the left there when I got hit by that bullet bill, just so I'm at less of a risk of falling off the platform. Alright, this part might be a little bit weird, because I'm going to try to jump from the blimp directly to where the other star is. And, I have actually choked this to, falling off the blimp before, so let's not do that. Okay, and, I'm going to try this now. Is this going to make it? Yeah, it's going to make it. Alright, let's not do a blind jump this time. Let's actually try and position this. I actually overshot that. Alright, and then exit course. Again, it probably would have been faster. It definitely would have been faster to die there, but I'm trying to preserve life since I already took 2 unintentional deaths there. Oops. Okay, and then the last star here is just the Koopa the Quick Race. Again, pretty standard. So let's see how fast I can finish this race. I think my record is like a 2-something. Oops. I actually didn't lose that much time there. He finished the race in roughly the same amount of time he would have otherwise. Alright, and there we go. So that's another main course down. And again, I can't do Rainbow Star Haven right now since I don't have enough stars for that, so I'm gonna go ahead and take care of the ones in the, I guess, subsection of this third overworld. Yeah, I'm using a game chart code for this. You could, in theory, probably patch it in, but I doubt anybody would want to do that, considering I'm the only one who does this. Oh boy. There we go. So I'm gonna get this Toe Star first. I'm gonna do Perilous Cliffs first, because I can actually die there, whereas for Misty Mine, the last visit I'll do there will be an exit course. Perilous Cliffs, thankfully, is a level you can do in one trip. Kind of works out nicely. Just got a lot of scary jumps in it. First of the scary jumps is actually going to be coming up right here, because I'm actually just going to do a long jump. I would have done a single jump if I wasn't a bitch, but now I just got to be careful I don't take like fall damage or anything, or amp damage for that matter. It's very easy. I'm very likely to get shocked by an amp here, so I'm probably going to die. Alright, we're good. Just had to make sure I went around them. Okay. Nice scuttlebug positioning. So I intentionally skipped a chuck, yeah, because that I would have normally gotten if I was just doing the regular 100 coin route, because I passed by a few more coins with this route. Alright, thank God for early Chuckia release being easier on keyboard. While this Chuckia is respawning, I'll go ahead and grab this red. Probably not the smartest decision, but worked out fine. I have a few coins to spare here if I need to. Alright. This is probably the scariest part. It's super easy to die here. Especially considering how slippery the surfaces here are. If you simply, like, touch them, you're dead. Alright, I'll wait for the elevator cycle here. Last side flips here. And then, here I actually can't, as much as I would have loved to be able to use that slope to go directly from there to the other area and skip this pipe, there's actually invisible walls blocking that too. So you do have to take the pipe there. As cool of a trick as that would have been. Okay. I will never not be scared climbing those boxes. And I just gotta get the blues, while also dealing with this game's horrible depth perception. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely good on coins. I do need to kill the Pokey, though. And then get, like, 4 of the Ring of Aid. And I am good on stars. There's one, and then the last one is just this one down here. And I can go ahead and die. Because it's definitely worth it to take that death there. Now we have a Misty Mine, which I actually had a few like trial and error runs of this level in terms of routing. So I'm only going to get 2 stars in this first trip here, which are going to be the 2 stars you just get from climbing these rails normally. And I hate these bowling balls so much that I actually found a way that using that L camera there actually really helps, which is part of the reason why I don't have level reset turned on, because that part is infinitely easier if you can use that. There's actually more available stars I can get here, but I'm gonna save 2 of them for... Okay, that's actually fine, because I can just save the stars for separate trips. Because that was star 1, and now I have access to star 2, which is reds, and I'll be pairing this with hundreds. So this will just be regular reds and hundreds, and then I'll just have to make sure I get that star in my. I think I'll probably just get it in the 3rd trip. Okay, that was dumb. I didn't see that bowling ball in time, and by the time it was coming, I had no time to react to it. Right. Yeah. I really do not like the bowling balls here. This is a part where, if you had the broken waypoints, this part is actually easier, because the bowling balls never get in your way. But I can't actually play this level under those conditions, because then the platform that I need for some of these red coins, it actually spawns in this room, and it takes a path that causes it to travel out of bounds. So past that part. Hopefully I won't have to do that again. Well, I have to go through that section again for secrets. But hopefully I don't have to redo that for coin collecting. I think this is the other terrifying part here, because we got a snippet. Yeah, that was a major yep moment. Okay, so I explained this earlier, but basically, if you enter course 10, which is MMG or Molten Magma Galaxy, I think it's called, at all, then it causes every object with waypoints to be broken. Oh my god, this is so stupid. I think I'm actually gonna go out of my way here to grab a safety one-up. Because I've taken so many deaths here. This level kind of goes one of two ways, and it's currently going the latter way, which is kind of unfortunate. Okay, so there's actually a one-up on the other rails that I can grab here, and I think I'm gonna try to go for that if I can. Actually, it's probably not worth it. It probably wouldn't have been worth trying. I probably would have died trying to get to it anyways. I'm not as worried about dying on. I might actually just do an exit course here. Okay, thankfully that stuff had missed me. Now I have to deal with the fly guy. Almost ran into me, but it didn't breathe fire at me, which is good. Okay, once I get past this red coin here, okay, now it's safe. Because I can just go back here. Now, unless I just get massive amounts of damage here, I shouldn't have to worry about dying anywhere. Yeah, I think, and Star Road, this will come into play later, and I'll explain this when I actually do my Star Road one. But it's actually, Bowser, it's actually, the first Bowser course and the, second Bowser fight, so I can't just route it out, like I have done with these other packs. I actually have to plan in intentional resets, by using the cap switches to save. Okay, I just gotta get the... I'll go ahead and kill this Mr. I if the game will let me. There we go. I'll just get that Scuttleblock for my last 3 coins. Very hard to plan an efficient coin route for this level due to just how many enemy coins there are and RNG and all that. Like I said, I'm actually going to use, even though it's going to be way slower, I'm going to use an exit course here, because I do not want to play this last part with 0 lives. It's really not that big of a time loss either, so that's fine. Okay, so I have to remember while I'm here that I also have to get the warp star. So I gotta traverse the bowling balls one last time. Hopefully one last time. I don't really want to have to do it anymore. Okay. Also make sure I get the other 2 stars during this trip. I think I'm pretty safe from here on out. I'm also going to be able to grab another safety one-up during this trip. And then I'm also going to be taking an exit course from here. But I'm still gonna probably farm some lives before I go to course 15, because that's where I'm most likely going to die a bunch. that's just kind of hanging out in this section of the level. I actually wasn't trying to grab that without with that single lava boost, but it actually worked out, so I just gotta get the last 2 secrets, and then we got the slide star remaining, which is where I'll be able to grab my 1-up. I'm actually gonna freshen up on health here before I move on here, because I am gonna do the BLJ here. Because this just makes it a little bit easier to get the 1-up. That's not the right angle. Okay. Sniff it, don't knock me off. Okay. Now I can grab this. And we'll continue on our merry way. Oh my god, that was so stupid. I should have taken it slower there, but it's kind of hard to resist the temptation not to. This part of the run has been going pretty rough, but like I said, this is where all the hard parts are. But also, if I get that 1-up again, then it's again not a net loss of lives, so it's not a huge deal. There we go. Right on the 1-up too. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna take it a little bit slower here. I'll do a couple of jumps here just to make sure. Alright, there we go. And after I exit course here, I'm actually going to do some life farming, because I have to take at least 3 deaths, and I obviously don't have enough lives for that, but I'm also probably going to die like 3 more times. This might not even be the only time I life farm. But what I'm actually going to do is just grab this life, exit course, and then just do that again. I can do it like 3 times in under a minute. And again, this is just for safety, because we're going into what I would consider the hardest part of this run. Alright, one more time, and then I think I'll be okay. Because as big as Rainbow Star Haven is, it strangely has a weird lack of 1-ups, at least to my knowledge. Alright, so that's maybe enough. We'll have to see what happens, because this level is hard. Alright, now we can actually begin. So, Rainbow Star Haven, if all goes according to plan, I can do this in one trip with a unavoidable death at the very end. But that is not an easy task to do because of how difficult this level is. But there isn't anything locked behind act specificness or anything, so in assuming everything goes well, I will attempt to complete this without any additional deaths. So here's a bit of SM64 trivia for those of you who are watching that may not know this, but when I go into this area here, you'll notice some particle effects start to look weird, and you're probably familiar with this mechanic. But I am currently, my coordinates, I don't know if it's X or Y, it might be X, now that I think about it, but I am outside, my coordinates are greater than 12,000 units, so if I try to spawn a 100 coin star out here, then I soft lock the game due to a certain function that fails to move the star during its first bounce in the cutscene. But obviously that's not a huge deal here, because I'm just getting this out of the way now. You maybe could if you aimed it, like, perfectly drunk, but I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt there'd be a setup for that you could use either. Yeah, I actually did find a way to escape the soft lock. If you use double star activation, you can escape it. But that 100 coin star becomes uncollectible. Alright, so that's one section down. Alright, we got another scary part coming up here, which is climbing the 8-bit Mario. And this is another section where it might not seem like it's possible to get back from here, but thankfully you can. It's just kind of tricky due to the perspective here. So, the green stuff is stuff you can stand on. I believe orange is instant death, and red is sloped. So, I gotta be careful, like, right around here when I do this jump to the star. I also have to make sure I do that jump while facing down here so that I can do a kick in midair. Okay. So I made it past that alright. That jump is actually kind of tricky. I'm gonna go ahead and get the snippet now, because that way I can get the 100 coin star before I get to that red coin by the cannon. Because this cannon shot is actually fairly generous, but it still terrifies me. So, I'm just gonna make sure I grab that 100 coin star first. Okay, let's see how this goes. So you have a pretty generous window to aim at here. Right, so now I have the coin collecting basically done. So that's kind of a blessing, because now I don't have to redo that. And now I'm going to go over here, because I'm going to go overhead and get the Captain Toad star. Because that'll place me right next to the start of the level, where I can then go to the best star in the game. Okay. So there's weirdly some other weird invisible walls here. I don't understand why they exist here, but you'll notice Mario's momentum kind of get halted when I dive roll off here. I don't think there's really any way to avoid it, so I just hit it and then fall all the way down here. Okay, I sort of have visual cues for each of these cannon shots, but it's still very likely I'll die to at least one of them. Alright, here we go. So this first one, I try to get the platform barely on screen there. There's like maybe a couple units of leeway, but for the most part, you just really gotta be careful here. This one, I try to do something similar where I try to... Oh god, this is not good. Alright, this should be fine. Yeah, there, I try to get the platform also barely in view. You could maybe, but I don't know if the invisible wall would prevent that. This one, I actually want to get it completely off camera, but only by a little bit. Okay, that almost overshot it. And then this last one is, I have a pretty good, consistent cue for. I just aim, I line it up, and then I use that star in the background as sort of an indicator of how high to aim it. Alright, I actually got that first try, that's rare. Yeah, I don't know if you can avoid it, I'll have to test that. Okay, so I can actually make it back, because I can just use this cannon over here to aim back here. And then the last star I have to get is actually star number 1, which, like I said, I am going to have to take an unavoidable death from. Right, so hopefully I don't die on my way to the star, because I tend to have trouble with that. Okay, I'll wait for this platform here. I have another visual indicator for this cannon shot. You don't need to move it horizontally at all. And I, again, just tried to... Okay, this should be fine. I tried to barely get that star into view. So there you go. That's actually all of course 15. One trip. And that was deathless, so that was actually really good. Okay. So, of course, now I have to do the slide, which is another kind of very tedious level here, because I have to take... I can do 3 trips here, and I actually can utilize a fairly niche mechanic here. So the first star I'm going to do here is the one that's on top of the giant... I think it's a giant star. And I need to make sure obviously it's not a huge deal, but I need to make sure I go over the starting line there. Because if you're unfamiliar, when you go over that starting line in the slide, it sets that flag. Okay, I'm dead. Oh wow, I didn't die. I wasn't sure if I'd make that. Oh, and I'm dead anyways, whatever. So when you hit the starting line, it actually sets a flag that says, like, when you cross the finish line, then spawn the star. But that flag doesn't get reset if you exit the level. So, I can go ahead and put off that star now, because I have that. Actually, I don't really know if I need to, but I have that effect. But yeah, I have the starting line stored here, so I'll go ahead and use it here, because I'm actually gonna go ahead and switch my order up a little bit. I'm gonna do reds now, and I'm gonna make sure I go around the starting line, because then that won't reset the flag. So now once I cross the finish line, I'll just automatically get the timer star to spawn. And what this does is this allows me to get the red coins while I'm going down the slide without having to worry about the timer. It is possible to get all the red coins and make it to the bottom before 35 seconds, but barely, and it's stupidly hard. So it's just easier to do it this way. I'm gonna play it a little safer. I'll do a jump here so that I don't have to worry about undershooting that. And this will allow me to get 2 stars in one trip. But I still have to get the other 2 stars separately, because you can't make it back from either of them. Alright. I have enough lives here where I can take 1 more death without having to worry too much about life farming. I'm actually supposed to be zooming in when I enter this room, I just keep forgetting. Okay, I don't know how that missed. There we go. So let's try that star again now, the star that I died to first. You have to do you have to jump basically as late as possible on this Goomba platform, and you also have to hold A for the entire jump. And you also need to be moving basically at max speed, so that you can make it here. And even once you make it, I did that safety ground pound so that I don't accidentally slide off. I don't know why he made that jump so tight. Okay, there we go. I remember to zoom in this time. It's hard to do this when the camera acts all wonky. Last star here should be 3. Provided I don't die getting there. Right. So this is the last star I need to get in this overall 3 segment. And there we go. So now I'm done with overworld 3, so I had a few rough patches in there, but we made it through, mostly unscathed. So remember that star I didn't get here earlier? Well, now I'm finally gonna get it. Because again, I couldn't get the star in my first trip to Fiery Factory because the shell is present, but not the star itself. Oh, actually, before I forget, safety one up here. So I need to make an additional trip here to get this star. And I actually am gonna backtrack out of the pipe once I get the star to exit course, because if I die here, I would actually spawn inside the Fiery Factory room, and not only is that a waste of lives, it also takes a while to get back here, and I forgot to split, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so here comes a pretty interesting routing choice I decided to make here. So I'm gonna go to the wing cap course now. This is actually not related to the waypoints problem I talked about, but instead of getting the 2 stars here right away like you'd expect me to do, I'm actually going to make a beeline to the wing cap switch and then use that as an opportunity to save and reset, and this is just to replenish my livestock. I have tested, there are only 2 things in this course that absolutely require the wing cap, and that's one of the red coins and this other star. But, so you can get both of those before that initial wing cap runs out, and then, get everything else, and then hit the switch on your way out so that you don't have to come back here, but it's really, really difficult to do that in time. It's hard to do the platforming without the wing cap, and honestly, it probably doesn't even make much of a difference time-wise. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and actually get the stars. So this will just be the regular route here. This is basically what you would see in a regular run of this game. Except I, don't have to hit the switch here. So I can just fly straight to this red coin. Oh, this is something cool. So red coin stars in this version of the... Oh. I actually meant to ground pound there, but I hit the wrong key, so... play it here and then reset my flight. So red coin stars in this hack and secret courses don't normally take you out of levels anyways. So that actually leaves me something fun I can do here. I can actually fly into the star and not... Okay, you kind of saw it there, but not only did I not lose my special cap, I actually kept flying. I wasn't sure if I grabbed the star, so that's why I ground pounded. Star that's over here. Alright, and now the run's gonna start kind of picking up speed. So I gotta use that cannon one more time to get the Toad Star that's in Overworld 1. So this cannon shot, I think this is the last cannon shot I have to do in this run. And you just kind of have to... Yeah, we want to aim a little lower than you think. And then course 2, I have actually not done at all yet, so we're gonna finally do that. I thought I was gonna take big fall damage there, I'm glad I didn't. And here's a course that, thankfully we can go back to just getting everything done in one trip to the level. With some difficulty, of course, because right out of the gate we have this star that's in the tree here. Yep. And I fell down because I'm an idiot, but... Okay, I should be able to get back up here. Alright, nice. Come on. This isn't Tall Trunk 1. There we go. Kudos to anybody who gets that joke. Okay, so the difficult part here, obviously, is that. That is a very awkward series of wall jumps to make. I'm actually kind of surprised I got that first try. And then the only other routing thing I have to keep in mind here is that the star that's you have to go down the pit for has to be the last one I get. Because, again, that's another star where there's just no way back from it. And not much happening in this course, honestly. Again, this is all pretty standard stuff. It's kind of the thing with attack is that it has its fair share of interesting strats, but honestly, when it comes to speedrunning, I'd say most of the stars don't have anything too exciting going for them. It's just got the few really interesting things you gotta do. Also, this King Womp is shorter than in the original game. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that. And here's what I was talking about in Course 1. So I grabbed that star, and now F's in the chat for the music. Alright, I have to make 2 trips up here to get this wing cap, because since you lose your cap immediately after collecting the star, I can't exactly do both of these on one wing cap. So I have to go back up there. Oh, don't worry, that's actually gonna come in handy in a little bit. Actually, in the next level I'm gonna do. Yeah, the music stays muted even if you grab another special cap, and it wears out. It stays muted. No, the wing cap is always present. Alright, 2 more reds here, and then that line of 5 will serve as my last few coins. So, I could go for the BLJ here, but again, since this is a marathon, and I don't want to blow too many lives here, I'm just gonna go down here the regular way. And thankfully, I can just exit course from here. Alright, so now I have all of Overworld 1 done, but there's still quite a few courses in Overworld 2 I have not yet completed. And we're going to start with Sandy Seaside Bay, which has the hilarious... Nice lag spike there. It has the hilarious ear-destroying hour-long note. Thankfully, you should only have to hear it once. Because I'll be able to get the Wiggler star, and that'll trigger the mute that you just witnessed, and then you won't have to hear the music for the rest of the stage, which is really good for people who are super sensitive to high-pitched noises. You might be able to hear a little bit during the Wiggler fight coming up here. Alright, I think you have 1 spare coin here, and there's a backup flag I can get. Make sure you cooperate with it. You might not even hear it at all. Okay, so, you're welcome to your ears, because now we get to play the rest of the level in awkward silence. Alright, and there's also a nice 101 up there I can grab. I had some... So this level was kind of interesting to work out, because there is a clip you can do into the Star 2 area that involves Chuckya, and I actually did decide to route that in. I noticed that in Sigo's world record, he actually doesn't do it. for the regular 100 coin round. I don't know if that is faster or anything. I think for Nonstop it's probably a little bit faster because you have to use that to get Star 2 anyways. So I gotta make sure I get both of these like Ichus here. And here's another BLJ that's probably not gonna end up saving me any time in the end. Wow, that was kind of bad. Okay, so here's the chuck it clip. I really hope I don't miss this, because that's a massive time loss if I do. Alright, we're good. And now I get to do a little bit more boring swimming. Doesn't that sound fun? I'm actually more prepared for the Secret Ancient Temple than I am for Giant Overgrown Garden. I actually have the more complicated maze more down pat. Probably because I spent a really long time on that level formulating a route and memorizing it. Okay, I should have exactly enough coins once I reach the blue coin switch. Alright, last red. So now I just have to get that, and then there's one secret I have left, and just the rest of the coins. Which in this case will be the blue coins. Actually didn't mean to bounce on that, but okay. Just about done here. And there we go. So that's the first of the final few courses down. So in regular RTA runs, you would do Giant Overgrown Garden first, and then Molten Magma Galaxy, but I'm actually going to do them in a reverse order. So that way I don't have to do any like extra exit courses or anything. Because I'm going to take an intentional death from... I'm going to take intentional deaths here, but then exit course from the other one. Okay. So this is another course where I think this is the second to last course that I'm doing in 2 trips, or in more than 1 trip, because you'll notice that the pipe to the metal cap area is not here on Star 1, and the shell star is actually not present on Star 1 either, even though the shell itself is. And it is possible, but stupidly hard, to get the cannon star without the wing cap here. So this first trip will just be that star that I just got, the coins, and then the bully star. So you can technically do this level in 2 trips, but I'm going to be doing it in 3. Because it's way easier and honestly probably a little bit faster. I always have way more trouble with these bullies than I need to. I don't know why, just that fire spitter just always keeps getting me. By the way, not the most impressive version of Melting Molten that I've heard in my day. Yeah, I swear, that fire spitter just is out to get you. Okay, I actually was 1 coin short there, but that's okay, because there's just more coins here. So, I can't, at this point in the run, I'm less worried about lives, so, I can't afford to take these deaths. There's a 1-up I can grab here that I'm actually going to try to grab during the next 2 trips to this level. So, I'm only going here for, this trip is just going to be strictly for the Metal Cap Star. I'd like full health going into this, just in case. Yeah, I haven't had good luck with double star spawn trying it, so I just decided not to. Oh. Okay, so I'm actually gonna try this again, if I can get back on the platform. I actually haven't failed that before. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna try to fall after grabbing the star and land on the 1-up platform, assuming I can even touch the star. Please. There we go. Alright. I don't know why that was so difficult. And thankfully there's just a 1-up here. So no net loss of lives. Okay, and I can do the last 2 stars in this 1 trip. I will give Shellless a go. I kind of have random consistency with it though, so we'll just have to see what happens. But first I gotta get the other wing cap star here. So, gotta go back down here. Alright, here goes nothing. Nice, I got it first try. That's really good. Okay. So that ended up going not too badly. So I can just go straight from here over to the next course. Wait, there's an alternative Shellless? Anyways, moving on. I'll worry more about that later. Thank you. That star is really fickle to collect if it spawns in the ceiling. Okay, this course was actually kind of tricky for me to route because of the coins, because there's just so many big Goombas here. So what I came up with was, every big Goomba I pass by, I'll kill, but I'll spare 1 of them, and then, provided I don't get any coins from a Piranha Plant, I'll actually just single jump a regular Goomba. So I think right now that Goomba might be the one I spare. It's also very, very easy to forget these Piranha Plants. You gotta make sure you remember them. Also gotta make sure I go up here, because I need to open the cannon. Yeah, this jump's stupid as well. I don't even know why I go for it, but... I've already lost time to just hitting the switch. Come on. There we go. Okay. So I might be able to get that other big Goomba on my way down. We'll just have to see where it is. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it now. I gotta go a little bit out of my way to do it, but not the biggest risk ever. There's another Piranha Plant here I gotta make sure I don't forget. And I'll save those guys for later, because I might not even need to kill all of them. Gotta do some awkward jumps to get up to this red. And I'm not actually going to be hitting the blue coin switch at all. By the way, heads up, yeah, this is a one-trip level. Thankfully. This will actually be the second to last. This will actually be the last one-trip main course, and the second, actually the third to last one-trip course overall. Like I said, this category does kind of pick back up once you get near the end of it. Okay, so this is much easier than getting out of the tree in Womp's Forest. You actually have quite a bit of room to work with here. It's just that the camera is not wanting to cooperate with me. Okay, this is normally not that hard to set up. It's just that right now the game is not wanting to do what I want it to do. There we go. That's normally not that hard, actually. It's normally pretty easy. I just was having an uncooperative camera. Okay, so I need to get 6 more coins before going into the maze here. So, there's 1, and then I'll get the other 5 from this big Goomba. Nice, that was a really fast clip. Okay, so this maze, like I said, I can get to this first red, and I can get from here to the star, but I can't always remember how to get from the star to the other red. So, just have to see how this goes. So I just gotta make sure I make this turn here, and I believe... So I believe I go this way. I'm just gonna be kind of randomly fluking here, probably. Oh, wow. That was actually faster than I thought. Okay, so I know how to get back from there, thankfully. You just gotta go around this way, and the pipe should be... Oh. Okay. I seem to have lost my way. Okay. Let's take a minute here. Let's think about this. Okay. So... I think I know where I am. I don't think I go that way. I go this way. There we go. I think I just made a wrong turn somewhere. Yeah, that maze took me a while to sort of figure out a route for, and even now I'm still getting lost in that one way more often. Okay. And there we go. Alright, 1 more main course to go. As well as 1 more secret course before the final Bowser stage. Okay, so Scorching Desert, I'm gonna get every star except Reds and Hundreds for this first trip, because the wing cap that is required for the... Oh, I actually thought I could save that. The wing cap that is required for the red coin star is not available until that specific red coin star, which is star number 5. So I have to get stars 1 through 4 anyways. So this will be every star except Reds and Hundreds. This goes by somewhat quickly. Don't die, please. Okay. Gotta be careful here. And then there's an exposed ceiling hitbox I might run into here. It shouldn't kill me if I hit it, though. Sometimes you basically take a similar path through this outside when you're doing secrets and reds, so I sometimes forget which one I'm doing. fourth secret. And I'm not consistent or good at any of the ways to skip the mesh here, so where I am going to just climb this like normal. The only one I can somewhat do is just long jumping across and wall kicking underneath this mesh area, but the angle for that is just really difficult to get unless you get a firstie. So I'm just gonna take the like 15-second time loss. That was actually wasn't planned, but that worked out. Okay. Okay, so that's one trip down, and then I just gotta get reds and hundreds. And this will just be kind of the same as the standard reds and hundreds right here, because I'm not getting anything else. I really like the movement you do for most of the star. I actually got 2 extra Goomba coins there that I don't normally get. Might affect my routing here a little bit. Okay, I kind of cringed during that jump there because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it. There's the exposed ceiling I was talking about. Okay, I actually have 1 extra coin than I normally would have, which isn't really a big deal at all. It just means I have to get 1 less coin on the bridge. Nice thing is I stay in the level, so I can actually just go back to the temple here, and we can begin another level that I'm sure everybody loved casually. This is Angry Aztec from Donkey Kong 64. Not the best rendition of the song I've ever heard. I grinded this level a lot just so I would have the route down. I had a lot of movement mistakes there, but it's very hard to get through here without those. And now I gotta get out of the maze. Which thankfully I also have come prepared to do. And then I just gotta get this wing cap star. Ah, that was my fault.
Mamma mia!
I tried to do that really quickly. Let's try that again. At least I got the red coin star, so I don't have to redo that. Okay, I think I go to the left here doing that. Yes. Yeah. There. And I could die here, but again, I'm gonna exit course because I have taken a couple of unintentional deaths, and should be okay for Final Bowser. If I take like one unintentional death, I might farm lives, but we'll see. Okay, so again, this level, doable in one trip. It's just really, really scary. I'm probably not going to talk much here because I really want to focus. Alright, this is my least favorite part of this entire level. That jump can literally go burn in hell, I swear. I don't know what Campbell was thinking when he made that. Alright, let's not double jump dive here too early. Nice. pretty scary part. Gotta do this pull section, and then I gotta get the other non-red coin star here. Alright, I'm trying to get the right camera alignment here. I use a specific camera lineup to do this pole jump here. And now I gotta get through here without dying while I have, I think, 6 out of 8 reds. So yeah, very fun ending to this run. Okay. Now I'm basically in the clear. Nothing too awful should happen from here on out. Well, I mean, that can happen. Oh my god. Yeah, kicking here, not the smartest idea. Come on. This is what I meant to do. Oh my god. Okay. That was very, very scuffed, but this should be a first try Bowser 3. Just kidding. I had to do that, sorry. I wonder if I actually fooled anybody. Alright, here's the last Bowser fight where, since this is the end of the run, here's my good old friend Lakija Cam, which means Bowser throws are actually going to be somewhat of a breeze here. Except I'm probably still going to miss like 18 of them. I hate the latency on emulator. There we go. Alright, that's 2. Alright, I really don't want Bowser to breathe fire here, because that makes some weird things happen, but there we go. Alright, so time will be coming up as soon as I touch the Grand Star. And time. Alright, that was like a 1:58:31, which is a little under 4 minutes behind my PB in this. And a little over 2 minutes ahead of regular 1:30 world record. But also over half an hour ahead of my regular 1:30 PB, so that's cool. Anyways, I hope that was an interesting take on Green Star's 1:30 star for you. Tomorrow I'll actually be doing Star Road 1:30, which if you thought this run looked really stupid with all the crazy jumps and whatnot, Star Road is even harder, and also has an even more convoluted route. So that'll be it for me, and I'll throw it on over to the next run.